Peace up to the fam. Welcome back to another episode. I'm on the internet. I'm looking up some things and I ran across a video of an African brother in America, and he's reflecting on his time in America, and he's deeming it to be the most lonely place that he's ever been. The most lonely place he's ever been. So let me speak a little bit about my experience coming up in the Americas. I remember, making it to Richmond, Virginia, and there was always kids around. There was always things to do in the neighborhood. Then my mom, she moved from Richmond, Virginia, up to DC, where we kind of grew up at, and it was just, it was a community atmosphere. I grew up in an environment called Turkey Thicket around the Brooklyn area in Washington, D.C. So you had playgrounds, you had kids everywhere. And this was right before the murder rate in D.C. kind of escalated. It was a time where you could just go out from sun up to sundown and just be a kid, But as the time flowed, and then the crack epidemic hit, and then gangster rap hit, all of these things turned seemingly good neighborhoods upside down. And those times that we had when we was kids was lost, to never come back. And the brother, I'm gonna play you a clip, and he's saying that in his neighborhood, his own neighborhood, like his neighbors look at him like he's a thief. They look at him like with the energy like, man, if you step out of line, we're gonna call the police. And it never used to be like that back in the day. You knew everybody in the community, you can borrow things, but in this day and time, the brother is absolutely correct that there's a level of coldness that people have, towards each other, and rightfully so, because America has developed into an environment where no one trusts each other. Because people are literally crazy. People are crazy, fam. I'd rather stay to myself, take care of my own family, and mind my own business. And it takes away, that kind of thinking takes away from the spirit of the community. But on the flip side, you gotta be careful over there, So let me give you guys, let me run this clip so you can get an idea of where I'm going with the conversation, and then I'll come back and I'll give a little bit more commentary.
Listen, I don't care what anybody says. If I have the chance, I'm going back to Africa. I'm not going to stay in the United States. If I had that choice to go back to Africa right now, I'm going back to Africa. America is not the right place. It's not a right place to live. Never. America is a very lonely country. How you stay in a neighborhood where you don't even see your neighbors? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You go to work, you come back. They go to work, they come back. Your kids don't see their kids. Your children don't see their children. Everybody just be going in and out, in and out. And nobody speak to nobody in America. In Africa, you see peace. You see children playing. You see kids playing around. You see families. You see children going from house to house to house to study. Study the Bible, study books, reading together, solving mathematics, doing homework together. In Africa, you see peace everywhere. If not for the constant lights, electricity, if not for the security, and I'll say for the good roads in the US, I will carry my bag and go back to Africa. America is very, very lonely. Very, very lonely. Not a place to live at all. You cannot. Everybody just looking at everybody like a suspect. Nobody want to talk to nobody. Everybody's scared of everybody. You want to get it. You get in trouble because you're talking to somebody. They call the police for you for the slightest. Any small thing, they don't look at you like say you be thief. Why is America like this? It's supposed to be a great country, right? So what's the problem? Why is everybody looking at everybody like you don't want to speak to your own neighbor? You don't want to talk to your own neighbor? You stay in a neighborhood for like 3 months. You don't see your neighbor. The next house don't even speak to you. The next compound look at you like you're a criminal. Like if you talk like one, they look at you like, let me call the police on this man. He's trespassing. Your own neighbor will say you're trespassing. In Africa, it's all love. I'm waiting to hit Mega Million. Once I hit this Mega Million, I'm going back. Once I hit Mega Million, I'm going back to Africa. America is very, very lonely. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody looking at everybody like a suspect. No love. It's a lonely place. I'm telling you.
As you can see, the brother is fed up. The brother is ready to get out of America. And I kind of feel for him because he's saying he's relying on hitting the lottery. He said, man, if I hit that Powerball, I'm out of here. And I'm afraid that he will never, if he's banking on the Powerball to hit, he will never get out of America. You know. So that's why, again, places like where I'm at now in Kenya, you step out of the house, as you guys can see, we're in the village, and there's a sense of, although I don't know everybody that I see, that I walk past, I don't know, but they speak, you can stop, have a conversation, you can eat food with them, you can learn something. You understand, it's a sense of community, of belonging, you know? It's just the way it is, fam. That's one thing about Africa, they never lost the sense of community. And we're not saying that stuff don't happen here, but it's not on the level as it is in America. You can come here, you can raise a family here, you can acquire some quiet land, you can grow your own crops, you can stay to yourself if you want, but if you want a sense of community, all you gotta do is just step out the house. Move amongst the people, and that which we lost in America absolutely is here. So the brother is absolutely correct that America is just not it, man. Yes, you can go to America, you can make a lot of money, you can put yourself in a position there to then move out of there and reestablish yourself back in environments that's more conducive for optimal living. And I'm not saying that Africa is the only environments that we can settle in. You can settle in the Caribbean, you can settle in South America, you know, Guyana, Panama, Belize, Costa Rica, these type of environments, again, that's more conducive to people that want to touch the soil, get in harmony with their fellow man, their fellow comrades that's on this earth. You understand? And my mind went somewhere else. Got to forgive me. But yeah, family, it's about, we was always taught that a man or woman is only the subtotal of his or her experiences. So in this thing called life, we want to make sure that we are getting the most optimal experiences. So it is not an easy thing to make a jump, because you got to build up that courage for one. You got to put yourself in a position financially to make such a move, and that's not an easy thing. I would say to reach out to some folks that you know, to your desired environment that you want to get to. You want to start to formulate some relationships, a network that can kind of walk you through some things, you know, but you don't want to look up 15, 20, 30, 40 years later and you're old. You can't really do what you used to do when you was younger, and you don't want to look up and have regrets, you know. So again, the brother is absolutely correct, man. You can make a ton of money, you can level up on in certain regards in America, but when it comes to family, when it comes to being lonely, when it comes to community, those things is just non-existent in America. This is facts, fam. I'm not just up here talking, this is facts. And all you gotta do is take a trip for yourself, and you'll see. And you'll appreciate being here on this beautiful continent. Let me show you guys something. Here, you have mostly, all of these are coconut trees, right? And all of these trees that you see here, all of those trees, family, are mango trees. So as the mangoes grow, it turns from green to yellows and reds, and oh man, what a sight to see. What a sight to see. So family, I appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting the platform. This is your brother Samal here for another episode. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe to the platform. Yeah, so stay tuned for some vibes. We are heading to Nairobi this week so I can document some of this half a marathon that J Cafe is running. And we're gonna hit up an art show also that's in Nairobi that we ran across. So it should be some fun. Hope to get some footage and take you guys along with us. So peace out, family. Until next time, this is your brother Samal. Peace.